everybody, and welcome back to Devils United. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and we're back with Premier League football. We've got Mr. Dorr on, and we're doing a Nottingham Forest preview. How are you, Mr. Dorr?
I'm not too bad. At least got the Nottingham Forest right, not Notts Forest, as everyone's been saying.
Everyone's been saying Notts Forest.
Yes, do you know who they are? But yeah, thank you for having me on, Maisy. Good to be back at last. Good to be back.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely good to have you back because the last time we did a James Gardner player profile and you wasn't even promoted in the Premier League at that point, and you was that confident you was going to win the final, and you did.
Told you I was confident. And now look where we are. We're back. We're playing a small team in Man United, and I can't wait. I'm buzzing for it.
Before we get on to the preview, I'll quickly jump into the comments. Hey there, Vincent. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Happy Boxing Day to you too. Hey there, Niall. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in, and Merry Christmas to you also. Hope you had a good one. So we'll go on to the preview, and we'll start first with Nottingham Forest. At the moment, you're currently sitting in 19th place, but overall, how have you thought the Premier League season has gone for you so far?
I was respected. We all knew it was going to be tough, and everything has changed since we got promoted with all the 23 players that we brought in. Everything, like I said, everything has been changed from top to bottom. Did we expect to be in the Premier League after what happened last season? No, but everything's come back and fast, and it's just good to be back playing against the big teams and that. Did I expect to be in the bottom three? Maybe, because that's where we had a tough start of the season. We beat West Ham, and we had a really bad one of 6 defeats in a row. But that's what Premier League does for you. Tough, it's ruthless, and I think before the end of the World Cup break, we finished it okay, to be fair. But yeah, it's been tough, but I prefer to be in the Premier League than being a same old boat in the Championship. So yeah, it's good to be back in the Premier League, and yeah, another tough game in you lot. But yeah, you know what, I'm happy to be back in the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%. And you haven't been in the Premier League for such a long time, and I've always said when it comes to the Championship, I like teams to be promoted who should deserve that chance, because it's always the same ones coming up every couple of years or so. Like Norwich, for instance, and West Brom, and you just want that little bit difference. Like I was happy for Forest to go up out of all the teams who were in the playoffs. I wouldn't mind if Sheffield United, but I was more happy for Forest. I was happy for our low-knee player as well, of course. But looking at the games that you did have, the couple of wins you did have, they were good wins. West Ham and Liverpool, two especially ones, because no one would have expected you to beat Liverpool in particular.
Listen to we beat Liverpool easy. They've not given us the praise as we should be deserved, because they were sour grapes after we beat them 1-0 at the City Ground. West Ham as well. To be fair, the West Ham game was more tough than the Liverpool game. To be fair, like I said, we beat 1-0, but if you watch the game, we should have got battered. That's truthful look. But we won 1-0. Like I said, we beat Liverpool 1-0. We beat as well Crystal Palace 1-0 as well before the break. And like I said, it has been tough. Like I said, we got lost to Man City, lost to Spurs, we lost to two teams that got promoted as well in Bournemouth and who else? Who was the other one? Bournemouth and Fulham. But listen to me, it's good to be playing teams like this. Like I said, on the road, it's not been great. We've only scored one goal, and that was against Everton. But listen to me, it's like I said, it's good to be back. Good to be back. I said, like, no disrespect to teams like Stoke and all them teams, but going to Old Trafford, or as I call it, Silent of Dreams, Well, yeah, it's good to be back. It's just good to be back, and listen to me. I'm excited to go to Old Trafford again, and hopefully we can win. Just score a goal to be happy.
Well, when it does come to this time round, when you're at Old Trafford, you won't be calling it Silence of Dreams anymore. You'll hear the atmosphere. You'll be thinking, not background after all. I was very how can I say? I was very wrong to call us that. But we'll jump back into the comments. Good evening, Chris. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Chris, who is a Liverpool fan, has said, come on, Nottingham Forest. Probably more because he doesn't like us, but no sour apples here this time for the Liverpools. Hey there, Rabbit. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Chris has said, great to see Forest back where they belong, top division, big club with big history. Yep. More Champions Leagues than Manchester City as well. That's something I want to throw into there. Ravi's put your link for the channel in the comments.
Respect, Ravi.
So go and check out Mr. Door on YouTube. Hey there, Andrew. I hope you are well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there as well to Just Me. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Andrew said, I came on your channel in your season preview and I got laughed out there when I stated Forest will finish bottom. Am I deluded?
When was this? Came on channel preview, laughed out when I stated Forest will finish bottom. Am I deluded? But nah, still a long way to go, Andrew. Still a long way to go. I don't think we'll finish bottom. I said still a long way to go. Yeah, we'll start some. We'll take some points. We'll take 3 points out of Man United tomorrow. Listen to me. It's just good to be back up, and I can't wait. Cannot wait. But Andrew, no, we won't finish bottom. We won't finish bottom.
But it's also give you a compliment and said that you're one of the best fan channels on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers, Andrew. Yeah, make sure everyone subscribes to Door on Tour. I'm on the way to 11K. So come on, people, subscribe.
Ravi said Old Trafford, the fear and no screens will lose to Forest 2-1. Let's go. Ravi. And I just want to say, every time Ravi predicts against us, we always tend to win or draw. So I think he's cost you some points there now, Mr. Door.
Okay. Listen, Ravi. You have given some points. So listen to me. I'll take a 2-1. 2-1. I'll take a 1-0. So, don't care how it is. Just a win will do us. To get out of the bottom 3.
Yeah, because even if you won against us, you're literally mid-table, near enough. That is how crazy the Premier League has been this season.
Yeah, but I think as far as fans expect that. As far as fans expected that, because like I said, there's always going to be teams. I think the bottom, you can see the bottom 10 teams. It's going to be keep changing from now to the end of the season. So it is what it is. We are going to be in the bottom 3, and keep changing. So listen to me. It's going to be a weird ride for us.
Yeah, definitely. And you're currently as well in the Carabao Cup now, aren't you? How would you be also happy if you was to get relegated, for instance, but you won the Carabao Cup? Would you still find that as a successful season?
We've got a big team. We've got, you know what, the thing about us as a team, like I said, everyone complained about us getting 24 players, but we've got a lot of a big squad. So what do I prefer? I prefer to stay in the Premier League. Let's keep it real. I prefer to stay in the Premier League, but at the same time, getting a cup run, winning a cup, and yeah, like I say, Premier League's number 1 priority. But
yes,
with the big team we've got, why not do both?
There's no reason that you can't do both, but you never know. It'd be nice to have both, of course. But I know you've probably seen it all over. A lot of people were quite, how can I say, they had a lot of comments to say over your lot of signings that you made this season. For one, what I said was, in my opinion, is you've made a lot of signings because there was loads of people out of contract and you had loanees, so you needed to fill in the gaps. Plus, you needed to strengthen. And I think a lot of people looked at it as a completely different way. As I say, well, why sign these 23 players? Why not just extend contracts? But it's not as simple as that. Would you want to elaborate further on the 23 signings? Why there was so many signings as well?
We had no choice. That's the question. We had no choice. 18 players left. Nottingham Forest, 5 loanees, out of contract players not good enough. So we literally had no choice. And the 24 players, like I said, can I say 20 players have played for Forest. Players gone out. Don't forget, players have gone out alone as well. So in scale, we had no choice. If we brought in 7 players or 8 players, we would have done a Norwich and struggled in the league. But we brought in players like ex-Man U player Jesse Lingard, Dean Henderson on loan as well from Man United, and other players that who've got Premier League experience as well, young players as well. So the question is, I've said this on other platforms as well. We had no choice. It's simple as that. So let everyone moan about us bringing 24 players in, la da da. Let them whinge. We had no choice. Simple as that.
Oh, sorry about what minute is it back?
It's fine. It's back. You're back.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi has been so temperamental today. It's unbelievable.
That's for being my new fan, Maisy.
It's just probably based off at how, like what I say, but yeah, Jesse Lingard being, as you've already mentioned, one big signing you made at Forest. Do you feel like he's been a difference in that Nottingham Forest side compared to some of the other players you do have?
When we signed Jesse Lingard, like I said, the formation that we play was 4-2-3-1. But that number 10 was so important. As you know, James Conner sometimes played in that position last season. And to bring in Jesse Lingard for the experience and playing that role as well was so important. He hasn't done. He hasn't. Let's be real. He hasn't started. He didn't start great for us. Coming in and out the team, and it wasn't. It was awful. Let's keep it real. Keep it awful. And then I think what game? I think it was a Spurs game in the cup. Good performance there. He scored his first goal for the club, and then he played all right against Crystal Palace. And then we had that break. He played, and then he had a cup game against Blackburn. Really good. We hopefully that he can stop playing well for us because we need him. Because as you know, we can't deny he's a very good player. But when he's got confidence, Forest will do well, and we hopefully they can start the next 6 months for your contract. You can start playing good, and that's what Forest fans will want. We need him. We really need him because I say if he doesn't play well, we'll struggle. But Jesse Lingard, he's a great player, but
yeah,
time will tell.
Yeah, definitely, and I think for me as well with Jesse Lingard is that Premier League experience because before you got into the Premier League, there was.
She's crashed.
Oh, I'm so sorry about this, but
it's all right.
Yeah. So before you got into the Premier League, you didn't really have like the Premier League experience, and I think it's great to have Lingard, who's got Premier League experience. I know people are not.
I think should I take a better channel? What has happened? Maisy. Fishy crash people. Should I take a better channel? People in the comments, what do you think the score will be tomorrow?
I thought I'd just do it off my phone instead.
Oh, they're working both.
What minute?
Maisy, should I take over your channel?
No, this is better, isn't it? Much better.
Should I take over your channel?
Pardon?
Should I take over your channel?
Well, you definitely helped me out there, that's for sure. It's never been so bad before, ever, this Wi-Fi.
Listen, the show must go on. Just carry on. The show must go on.
Let's carry on. But yeah, talking about Jesse Lingard with his Premier League experience, I think that's definitely beneficial for the Nottingham Forest side. And on top of that, Dean Henderson, who's was very crucial in this Sheffield United first season in the Premier League. Do you think that's what Forest looked at in terms of signing both the players?
I think we did Henderson, like I said, his experience with Sheffield United is he hasn't played much with Man United at all. So come to Forest, he thought that playing for Forest would give him a World Cup call. His performance it's not been great. I'll keep it real. It's not been great. His kicking has been poor. He needs to do better. I'm not saying it's all his fault. It's our defense as well that's going to be spoke about. But with Dean Henderson, like I said, you need to start book up his ideas because we've got a player in Wayne Hensey as number 2, he's 35 years old. He'll be playing tomorrow. But Dean Henderson needs to start playing good because, like I said, if you don't, we are going to go back to Championship. So hopefully we can do some good tomorrow. And yeah, same with Jesse Lingard. Like I said, the both of them need to do well because, like I said, Jesse Lingard's so important. And hopefully the second part 2 of the Premier League we can do something.
And Andrew said here, has Henderson been as rubbish as I think he is?
Yes, he has. And he's not been great at all for Forest. And hopefully, like I said, he can book his ideas up and do a better performance.
Yes, and we'll jump back into the comments as well. And for Andrew, who is going to play centre-back for Man United, Varane is supposed to be back, which is one positive for us. And probably the other one will probably be Lindelof, maybe. Can't see Maguire being played again, just because apparently Maguire is supposed to be injured or something, which is probably upsetting Mr. Dorr hearing that, because he probably wished Maguire was playing. But yeah, I will probably say it's going to be Varane and Lindelof, in my opinion, and then Dalot will be probably back alongside Luke Shaw. Hey there, Anthony. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. I'm going for a 7-0 Forest win. Thank you, Andrew.
Wow.
Ravi has got a question for you, Mr. Dorr. Will it work out for Lingard long term? I know he's only signed a 1-year deal at the moment, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think with just Lingard, I think he wanted this 1 year at Forest to see if he can get a chance to get in a World Cup team. I think that was it, but didn't work out. Not been great for Forest at all. Hopefully the World Cup's off his mind. He can do better and stop. Like I said, the Blackburn game, he was really good. The Crystal Palace game, he was really good. He should have scored against was it Brentford? I think Brentford, Crystal Palace, Spurs, and just hopefully like there's 6 months of left of his contract, he can start doing something good for us because we need him. We need him bad. And I personally think he can do it now. The World Cup's gone, so we hope.
Okay. Let's have a see in the comments as well. Hey there, Jordan. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Rabbi has also got another question for you. Where can Forest exploit United in the game?
Centre back. I know you lot got Maguire, he's been poor for you lot. Lindelof as well. I know that you got Varane and the other Argentines at the back. They've been playing. Still come back from the World Cup. So I think centre back could be your weakness tomorrow, and hopefully we can exploit it tomorrow. Because I know if Taiwan starts, he could do something for Forest, but the centre back, I think that could be the problem.
I could probably agree with you with that in terms of Lindelof and even Dalot, because I know a lot of people like Dalot, but I think when he's playing defensively, he can get exploited, and he's not very good on his one-on-ones. I think who would be playing. Who's the usual player you play on the left? Is it Brennan Johnson, or does he play on the other side?
Brennan Johnson plays as a right winger. He can play as a number 9, but it doesn't suit him. Brennan, it doesn't suit Brennan at all when he's when he's as a number 9. He's a winger, so he like I said, if he plays in the middle, we need someone tall alongside him, like can bully the centre backs. So yeah.
Question from Niall for you, Mr. Dork. Can Forest sign Dean Henderson permanently from his loan from Man United? Is that something that you would want to do?
I think Forest wanted to sign him in his clause, but I think Man United said no. And I know that after what he said before the season started, actually he said some bad things about Man U, and the Man U fans weren't happy about it at all. But maybe, I don't know, he's still young, he's experienced, and let me ask that question at the end of the season. Because we never know. Like I said, he's a good keeper, and hopefully we can he improves second half.
Yeah, I don't think I agree. I think in terms of Manchester United fans, they don't want Dean Henderson after what was said, and whatever is true, whatever is not, fair enough. But apparently, from what people are saying in the chats, he was supposed to be one of the leakages from the Manchester United side as well, and that's something that we don't want as well in the team. Hey there, Reese. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in the chat. Niall, how much would Man United demand if Henderson was to go to Forest full time? I think at this point, after what was said, people probably be happy for him to go 20, 30 million perhaps, but we'll just probably have to see on how much he will be gone for. Niall's got another question. Do Forest miss Spence, who's now at Spurs, who's barely kicks a ball and lack of game time under Conte? I rate the kid. I really, really like him. I think he's a terrific wing back. But to be honest, I really like Nico Williams, who you've signed.
The thing with Spence, like I said, he is one of the best loan players that's ever put on a Forest shirt. And the saying is, you never fall in love with a loan player. And as you know, he's not played football for Spurs at all. I think he's played 2 games, and I think they were against Forest. I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, he wanted to join Spurs. But we've got 2 right backs in Sergio Aurier and Nico Williams. Nico Williams he's been iffy so far this season. Sergio Aurier, everyone doubted him because of his age, his temperament, and blah blah. But you got to give the guy his flowers. He's done all right for us since he's come to Nottingham Forest, and good player. But I think we spent not for me. We've moved on, and hopefully you can get a decent loan spell with someone.
Yeah, I wanted Spence myself at Manchester United as actually someone for a proper right back, but he went to Spurs. Good luck to him. He's supposed to be going on loan, but I think you've already got great fullbacks. Nico Williams is someone I massively rate, and I think for me, probably you'll disagree, but I think he's probably been one of your best defenders this season.
Sergio Aurier?
Aurier and Nico Williams.
Yeah, Sergio Aurier's been alright. Like I say, he's been one of the best defenders. Nico Williams, he's not been great as we expected. Like I say, he was fantastic for Fulham last season on loan, but he's not been as a. We expected him to have that link up with Brennan Johnson, but it's not been connected as yet. But Sergio Aurier personally has been one of the best defenders that we've had at the Nottingham Forest. But like I said, Maisy, it's the second half of the season is going to be tough.
So and all the games as well.
Yeah, so we need both of the players to dig deep and play well for the club.
100%. Niall said, "There's two of you. I've seen you on the screen twice. Yeah, my Wi-Fi's been very temperamental. I'm using my mobile data at the moment for this show." Ravi said, "Which players in the Forest side will United find difficult to play against?" That's an interesting one. Well, if you was to say it from a point of view for yourself, Mr. Daw, who do you think will be most effective for Forest against Man United?
Good question. Front three. We've got Brennan Johnson, we've got Morgan Gibbs-White, Jesse Lingard, Sergio Aurier, we've got Dennis. Like I said, we got. The problem is we got a good front line for Forest. Maybe we need to improve in the defence, especially at centre back and that. And listen, that front three. The front three is got to play really, really good tomorrow. Really good. If we get at least a point at Old Trafford tomorrow, so Brennan Johnson pace as well with Lingard and Morgan Gibbs-White. So yeah, them three.
It's fine. Hey there, Henry. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming into the chat. Rather, to you, Mr. Daw, do you like the style of play that the style of Forest play?
I think last season the formation we played was 3-5-2, no 3-4-1-2, and that what goes up. But we started the same formation this season, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all because I think the other teams were finding out. And then we changed the formation to 4-3-3, and slowly it was getting there. I think we started with it at home to Aston Villa, drawn 1-1. We needed some points because, like I said, 6 defeats in a row, and we got battered against Leicester City 4-0 at their gaff. We got to change it. So 4-3-3 is the formation. I think I'm expecting from now to the end of the season because the formation that Cooper played, it wasn't working at all. So hopefully the 4-3-3 formation can do even better for us. And yeah, so it's going to be a long season from now to the end of May.
Andrew said Hennessy never lets Wales down. Ravi asked, "What's your thoughts on your defence?"
It's not been great. It's not been great at all. It's been tough on them. Like I said, it's been chop and change from start till now. So, like I mentioned, we need a centre back. We definitely need a centre back because we've got Nakate. No one knows what's happening to Nakate. Who signed him from German team for 18 million, but he meant to be one of our best defenders, and he's not even there. So we definitely need a defender for January.
Here's something that's going to make you laugh as well, Mr. Daw. Arsenal are currently losing 1-0 to West Ham. Well, I'm sure you're very happy at that. You're not a fan of Arsenal yourself.
I've got loads of Arsenal fans and a bunch of losers, so I'll be happy. After the stream, I will be texting them, but it's still early days.
Still very early. Henry has asked, "What's your goal for Forest to stay in the Premier League or go for a high table to stay up in the league, or would you prefer a high table finish?"
Stay in the league. Just stay in the league. That's all it matters. Stay in the league, and whatever happens, if we do finish mid-table, then it is what it is. But yeah, stay in the league and then we can think about next season. But there's going to be more downs than ups next season. So staying in the league is so important for Forest.
Mm-hmm. Reese has said, "What's your thoughts on your? Is it a Lodi?
Loddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, came to Forest, high hopes for him, but didn't start great for us. And then slowly getting there. Same with him and Jesse Lingard. I think when he didn't get called up to the Brazilian squad, he started playing well. So hopefully, like I said, the second half of the season, Loddy can do something decent for us because he needs to step up as well. He's a great player. He's on loan from us from Atletico Madrid. We need him to do something because if we don't, we're in big trouble and we'll be going back to Championship. And I hope we don't because I don't like the Championship at all.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a very tough table where once you're in it, it's very hard to get back out of it.
Exactly. 23 years of it, Maisy. And if we get back down there, it'll be another 23 years, and I don't want that to happen because like I said, 23 years of hurt, pain. I can carry on about it. But yeah, being in the Premier League is second to none. I want to stay there.
Mm-hmm. Andrew said, "Why is Martinez not back? Who pays the wages?" I agree. He should be back. Apparently, he's supposed to be having an extended break, according to Ten Hag. I don't agree with it. He's won the World Cup, and we need that mentality back. But I suppose that I suppose I'd rather him see him back for we've got Wolves for the following game, so I would rather him be very fresh for Wolves, to be honest. They're a very tough team in the Molineux. Hey there, I like coffee. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Good win for you today for Newcastle. Henry, I'm going for a Man United win 2-0. Hey there, Sean. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. I like coffee said, nice to see Dor again. I first saw Dor at the opening game of the season. Hey there, Nippon. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there to my dad. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Sean, do you feel nervous about tomorrow's game? To be honest, I don't even feel really nervous, to be honest. So, it's one of them, like, you can't really feel nervous against teams. If we win, we win. We lose, we lose. But what matters to me more, even if we didn't get a win but we played well, I'd be happy with that. How do you feel about this game coming ahead for you, Mr. Dor?
It's going to be tough. Man U, a good side. Like I said, they've got good that front three. We know everyone talks about Rashford and all that, but I'm going to say that with that guy, great player, Cristiano Ronaldo, is not at Old Trafford no more. Maybe he can release the youngsters on that, but it's going to be tough. We know you got Fernandes. I know you got Fernandes top on, and I thought it was a Ronaldo top. Like I say, it's going to be tough. You got that. Who else you got? Fernandes, Rashford. You got that Anthony. If he does that circle thing, I hope one of our left backs just annihilates him tomorrow. I hope he does. You've got a good side. You got a good side, and but I want you to lose. It's simple as that. I want you not to lose, and you've got the Argentina player as well. What's his name? Garnacho.
Garnacho,
that's it. Garnacho. I've seen him for the under-18s when Forest played, and he was really talented as well. But I'm not worried about him. We'll sort him out, and he'll be in Sergio Aguero's back pocket.
I think for me, if I was worried to be worried for some of your Forest players, I'd be worried about Brennan Johnson because I think he's very quick. He would be one I'd be nervous about, and I think even Lingard, just because I think he'll want to prove something against us tomorrow.
Lingard, I think Lingard's up for it. I just read an article about him. Like I said, he's frustrated for the last 12 months at Old Trafford, so he'd definitely be up for it. I hope Man U fans give him give him a clap. So he did well for you lot. He won you the FA Cup, if I do remember.
And he was a big contribution for the Carabao Cup win as well.
Exactly. So hopefully that you give him a warm welcome back. But Lingard's a Forest player, and hopefully he scores a hat-trick against you lot.
Well, for me, in terms of Lingard, I think he's been a great servant over the years. He isn't someone who I'd look at and go, oh, he was world class or he's a legend, but he was one of them where he was there when it mattered for the, like I say, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. And another one was Arsenal. That Arsenal game where he made the Emirates into Just Dance. That was a good one as well. Hey there, LVSC TV. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. My dad has asked, which 3 teams do you want to win? Not too sure what. I think maybe out the Premier League, if you had to pick any.
Which 3 teams do you really want? What do you mean? What teams do you want to win?
Oh, well, if you could elaborate further, I'll get it asked for you.
Yeah.
Big up to you, mate. I hope you're well. My Christmas was very well, thank you. I hope yours was as well, Sean. I like Goffer. What did Santa get you for Christmas? My local Santa gave me referee's whistle and some toffees. Oh, very nice. I like Goffer. Got some nice Ugg slippers. This was something I wanted to touch on, so thank you, Ravi, for this. What's your thoughts on the manager, and do you like his game management? For me, he got a lot of praise for the owners for the contract extension. Just because we see, I've always thinking to myself, is it a norm now where Premier League managers are constantly getting sacked? Because that's what we're seeing. I think there was a total around 15 managers getting sacked. We're not even seeing many extensions these days. So, what's your thoughts on Steve Cooper, and do you like his game management?
Listen, Steve Cooper is a legend. That's all I'm going to say. Got us back in the Premier League, and I think with game management, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Last season it worked. Last season, and it's been a rough season for Steve Cooper, and we all expected it. Everyone expected it to be tough this season, but hopefully, like second part of the season, he can improve. He can improve, and hopefully, like I said, whatever happens. Let's keep it blunt. Whatever happens to Steve Cooper from now to the season, he's a legend. He got us back in the Premier League after 23 years, and we just want him to succeed. Because, like I said, he's
the second manager for you after, as I would say, Sir Brian Clough.
Sir Brian Clough. That's it. Well done, Maisy. At least you got it right.
You taught me.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Steve Cooper's a legend, and whatever happens. Like the Premier League, brutal. Let's keep it real. It is brutal. No one feels sorry for you. And yeah, his game management with all his managers keep going and going. I remember Talk Sport. Casarina said Steve Cooper would be the first manager to be sacked, and has he been sacked? No, he hasn't. Or look at Timmy Casarina. So listen, he's a legend. That's all I gotta say about that.
Mm-hmm. For you, going into the game for tomorrow, how is Nottingham Forest going to be set up for the game? I know you've already mentioned that the 4-3-3 has been working for you. Do you think you might go again with the 4-3-3 against Man United?
Yep, 100%. I think that's what's been working for Forest. We've got to, because I said it. Playing 2 in midfield, like I said, when we played the 3-4-2-1, it wasn't working because it was getting bullied in the midfield, and yeah, it just was getting back left, right, centre, especially the Leicester game when we actually got annihilated the first half, and yeah, 4-3-3. That's going forward now, and hopefully I just want a decent performance tomorrow, just a decent performance tomorrow, and get a decent result, because I will love it. I've got a few Man U friends as well, and just I'll take a point. I'll take a point, and I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm. So with your lineup, who are you expecting to start then in this 4-3-3? We know, of course, that Dean Henderson's going to be out. So if Lingard wants to play, is he going to be playing in the midfield or is he going to be playing as a winger?
This is maybe the question is who's going to play for us because no one knows. That's the thing. We don't know. And because the players that we've got in the team, it keeps chopping and changing. We definitely think Lingard will play for us. Like we're definitely Wayne Hensey, he's definitely going to start. The question I don't know. Like I said, we got a big squad. I don't expect Johnson to play. More Gibbs White touch and go because he didn't play against Blackburn. But with Steve Cooper, he likes to keep it free to his chest. So hopefully, we get a good team. We just want a good team and just don't concede as much tomorrow because Man U's a good side. Man U's a good side, but we're ready.
Ravi asked, will Dubravka be in goal? He had a decent game against Burnley. I think Dubravka was actually crap against Burnley. He was lucky that he did not cost us a draw because he made two silly mistakes. He nearly created an own goal, and there was one time where he punched it and it was just very shaky. And people saying it's because he's not had the game time, but he's played it in a row in the friendlies. He also played in the last Carabao Cup, but he should be up for it as a number 2. I don't think he's good enough as a number 2. So if I had my own way, I'd get rid of him. I'd send him back to Newcastle. I think he's shocking. But I think it's 100% going to be De Gea in goal tomorrow. There's no questions about it. He's our number 1. I can't see him. I can't see him being out of the squad for Dubravka, not at all. Going back onto what you've mentioned about your starting 11 as well, a lot of people think because of the amount of change that you've had in the squad that they think that Steve Cooper haven't yet found his best 11 as of yet.
I don't know. I don't think it's where we keep. It's not helping when we keep stopping and changing the team. But I think with this break, it's done as well. So he'll know what is. He knows in his head what his best team is. It's just not working. It wasn't working. But like I said, the game before the World Cup, like I said, we beat drawn Brentford, we beat Palace, we beat Blackburn in the League Cup as well. So we've got a big squad. We can chop and change. If it don't work, we can change as well. So
the 5 substitutes definitely help as well.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe like it's a big team we got. So hopefully that we can do something. Stick to the same team.
Ravi said thoughts on Martial and Anthony this season. Martial has been injured too much, so there's nothing I can really say about Martial. Anthony, I actually think he's overrated. I didn't mind him, but I just feel like his ego is getting the better of him. I feel like he faked his injury for the World Cup so we can get to there. And if you, at the end of the day, as Andrew said about Martinez, we pay for Anthony's wages. His club football should be more important. I know the World Cup's come at a wrong time, but Mr. Dorr would agree even if it was a Forest player doing the exact same. Your club football should always come first, and I feel like that's what he's done. And he's doing very irresponsible things out of the pitch as well, and he needs to snap out of it.
Yep, 100%. I think with players, right? Like I said, league football so important because like as Forest fans, we want to stay in the Premier League, and that's the number one priority. We got ambitious owner in Marinakis, and he spent, like I said, we spent 150 million. So we want to stay in the Premier League, and listen, it's going to be a tough second half of the season so far.
Sean, where is Man United in the Premier League and how do you feel? We're currently in 5th. I'm not fussed about where we are because that's where I predicted us to be. So, so far it's been good under Ten Hag. I mentioned him before in another podcast. I give him a 7 for his tenure at Man United so far. I think it's still early days for the manager, so we'll just see where we go with him. I like coffee. We don't want the Brathco at Newcastle. His Bridges with us. Oh, I'm gutted now. May's thoughts on how well Ten Hag has done with the squad. I think considering it's a very unbalanced squad, I think he's done very, very well. But it's still only early days. We've still got cup competitions to do, so we just have to see how it carries on at Manchester United. Henry, would you send Anthony back to Ajax and the Brathco back to Newcastle? We can't even send Anthony back, unfortunately. He's a permanent signing, but with the Brathco, 100%. What my dad meant was, which teams in the Premier League would you like to win against?
Liverpool, Arsenal. They're 3 teams. Like, we want to beat Liverpool once. I want to beat them at Anfield, and then you know what? Yeah, beat Arsenal. No, you know what? Yeah, Arsenal. We want to beat Arsenal as it gone last season in the cup, but yeah, beat them again.
We'll wrap it up here anyway. Thank you, Mr. Dorr, for coming on. It's been a great show, and it's been great to catch back up with you.
No worries. Thank you. I'll see you on my channel. 9:30, people.
Yes, 9:30. Mr. Dorr's link for the channel is in the description below. So if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Dorr on Tour. I'll be there 9:30. We'll be discussing the Forest preview against Manchester United. Be looking forward to coming back on after speaking about Dean Henderson last time round. Thank you for everyone who's watched. Sorry about the crappy Wi-Fi.
Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry.
I'm gonna stream off my phone for your show anyway. I'm gonna sort out my lighting and get it sorted that way.
Right,
so I may look like a very flasher. But thank you, Mr. Dorr. Thank you, everyone in the chat. And we will see you next for our Wolves preview with Football Power Hour on Thursday. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Peace and love.